Well, I've been out with a knee injury most of this week, pretty much all this week. Had to go get checked out and make sure it wasn't a blood clot. There wasn't. But I haven't been able to do an update. And let me show you what the pond looks like. It's still siphoning out from the first time using that vacuum to get it going. It is way, way down. I just now pushed my bucket out there with that big old stick leaning up over there. I'm probably going to run out of usable hose. I don't know for how long my pipe is going to be below the water level where I've got it run over into the field. I might be able to change it to another area. We'll see. And I've said for some time, told my neighbor I didn't think there were many fish, if any, left in here. But just a couple of weeks ago, a friend stopped by and he put 5 nice bass in here. I just saw one little wave run through the water. So I may have to get our little boat out and a dip net at some point, or get some waders on and go out and collect fish. And I just hope through all this effort that I can find what is causing the pond to leak, because I just do not want to give up on getting this thing to quit leaking. Okay, back to the pond. As I suspected was going to happen, I didn't have my siphoning hose low enough over at this other end of the pond to draw all the water out. So now I've moved my intake out deeper in the water and have come over to the dam. So I'm coming down through there. Right over here, I'm actually going to run it into a gutter just to carry it a little further out so that none of this gets soaking wet. It's starting to dry out. So it's time to hook the vacuum up again. All I'm using is this little bitty old shop vac with taking the cloth filter off of the inside. And again, gonna hook it up to the end of this hose so I can start drawing water. Once it starts dropping over the dam up there, it ought to come pretty quick. I know not everyone has a lathe and a drill press that they can do this, but I'm able to make a bushing. It's going to fit right inside this 2-inch hose and adapt my 1-inch hose. So I will have a larger machine to do the suction and this pipe that fits my 1-inch line. Okay, I've done this just to assure good fit so I don't lose any suction, and folded it over the edge of my plug just a little bit. I think we're going to need a bigger boat. I think this one should probably do it. Okay, here comes my help. Draining the pond. I'm going to use this vacuum.
A vacuum?
I'm going to use the shop vac to start pulling water out of the pond and over the hill. And when it starts coming down that hose, down the hill real fast, I can take this off and it'll continue to suck water out of the pond. It's called siphoning. Look at it go. Got a little bit of air, it'll clear that out. There it goes. And now just the force of that water coming down the hill pulls the water in the pond up over the dam and down. And that way I can work to find the leak in the pond so we can fill it back up. And I just thought y'all might find it interesting how to do that with a shop vac.
It's so deep over here, but it gets shallow all the way over here.
Yep.
Why is some of it yellow?
So that's good. Thank you. I don't know if you can see the trickle down there coming out of that gutter, but it's still running. I put a gate valve on the end of the 1-inch line so I could shut it down. I don't want it to get down further than what the fish can survive if I'm at work. And it's down pretty good. Wind blew a roll of aluminum coil stock into the pond. I didn't know where that was for a long time. And I don't know if you can see the bucket right out there, my 5-gallon bucket that my suction end is in. Again, just to keep it from drawing up mud. So it's probably still a good 16 to 18 inches deep. It's not a huge pond, but it was dug pretty deep. And I've got some clay. It's going to be coming in this weekend. We're actually building a new lake at the golf course, so I'm going to get a lot of the clay that's coming out of the ground for that lake, and the guy that's doing the work's going to run the clay out here for me, run me triaxle loads out here, and as well as maybe getting roughly 3,000 pounds of bentonite. I'm gonna do my best to make this work. I don't give up easy. And I told you all about this spot on my head. This was benign. They shot it with some liquid nitrogen, froze it. It just kind of peeled off a little yesterday and today, so that's gone. Actually had 3 more spots done and just froze them and got rid of them. Biggest concern was just that I've worked on the golf course all my life and being in the sun so much, so I was very happy that this was nothing serious. Just a little red, slight swelling, but better than the alternative. So once again, thanks for your time, and I'll keep you updated on the pond. On the way back, I may stop at the greenhouse and show you how everything in there is going. Look at this. There's all of our elderberry cuttings. They're all still doing good. My gosh. This is what I have wanted for Kim for a long time. I had looked at buying some really big greenhouses, and she didn't want that. I like it out here. Pretty nice.